So back to the league. What's the squad looking like in terms of injuries and availability for this weekend?
Yeah, yeah, as you know, off air, Luke, not ideal. No Lauren Churcher away. Demi's looking very unlikely. Hamstring. No Heather Pettit. Gardner. No Heather Gardner. Away. Steph away. Katie won't train. She'll still be isolating. So I think out of isolation from Friday. So first activity since having COVID on Sunday. So yeah, I mean, look, if we're being completely honest, no Tracy. If we're being completely honest, not ideal. Not ideal, but the players that we've got available to us, we've still got some very good players in that squad, haven't we? We've got a good squad of players for a reason, and it is for moments like this. We've still got 14 players available to us, and we've got how many? Our names missing. So that's the reason we have a big squad and a good squad, is to ensure that when weekends like this occur, and they do occur throughout the whole of women's football, we are still in a position to go out and put in a good performance.
And we've seen multiple times throughout the season where the depth has come in to help, especially the goalkeeper position. I mean, how good is it to have a squad like that? You miss a player and you almost don't miss a beat sometimes.
Yeah, so if we look at, I think, and there's a player that I'm going to talk about that very rarely gets mentioned, and I feel, when I reflect on it, I feel bad about it, and that's Abby Ringrose. Abby Ringrose has got some serious quality, technical ability, works really, really hard, and is just an all-round great player and great person. Her and Lauren Churcher are of a similar ilk, in terms of the positions that they can play. They can play up front, they can play in the middle of the pitch, they can play in the 10. Lauren's not been there before, and Abby just slots straight into a position where, and it's seamless. So obviously the area that we are, I would say, shortest in is naturally the centre back position. We've got 3 natural centre backs. Whilst Heather and Demi played there on Sunday, I don't think either of them would say that's their position. So we've got 3 natural centre backs within the squad. We have Megan within the development team, but she's injured. So, if you lose one, Steph being away, and then Katie maybe not being 100%, it can leave you short. But we've got enough players that can go and play in positions, or we can change formation to suit the needs of the players we have on the day. And I believe in all of them that, it'll be seamless, and hopefully you'll put in a good performance.
Well, it is the league, and we spoke about, we discussed a couple of weeks back about how being numerous games behind can have its negatives, but it can have its positives, because you can see how the league kind of shapes up, and you can project, we need to do this at this point, do this at this point. With the way the table shaped up right now, Chesterfield have lost 2 games now after losing to Northampton earlier in the season. 3 games in hand we have to Chesterfield. We have got 1 game in hand to Northampton and to Mansfield. So that's the top 3 teams all on 12 points. We're on 6, and we have games in hand to each. The thing is, you win this game, you're 3 points behind the top 3 games in hand. Does that add any pressure to the upcoming games?
I think the FA Cup run and November being full of cup fixtures, and the way it makes the league play out for the second half, albeit, we've got a month until that second half of the season, we've still got to play Mansfield twice, Notts County twice, Chesterfield once, Northampton twice. So there's pressure to continue the momentum and to get results, because we want to stay up in that pack. That's where we want to be. Look, let's be honest, dropping points on Sunday at home, especially at home against anybody, dropping points on Sunday at home would be a disastrous result for us. We can't afford to drop points, because I don't think Northampton or the others will drop many either. The ones you've just mentioned, I don't think they'll drop many points. It will all be in and around each other potentially. So we need to ensure that we don't drop points outside of the games against each other. But we're focused on Rise Park. We need to win. We need to win that game and set us up to go on another, 8-game winning streak. That would be lovely. As I said on Sunday, that would mean that aside from the County Cup, that would be 6 or 7 league matches. And if you win all 6 or 7, that puts us in a really strong position. So that's the focus, by starting another run with a good performance on Sunday against Rise Park.
Okay, and after coming off the West Brom game, how will it feel to be back in the seat, being the more dominant, hopefully, team on the weekend?
Yeah, naturally we're used to that position, but Sunday was a great learning curve for me, for Callum, for the players. It was a really good learning curve, and yeah, look, Rosie made some fantastic saves. We had to, defend with our, everything that we had. We had to defend, to stop shots, to block crosses, and he still scored 4. But that's to be expected, for people to be like, oh, it could have been 10, it could have been 8. Well, naturally, because of the opposition, my keeper had to play well. My defenders had to play well. So we learnt a lot about us from a character perspective and what our players are capable of. Our back three contained 2 central midfielders on Sunday. So yeah, it's nice to be back in the league action and be in a position where we should be on the front foot and should be the more dominant team. That should be the case. I'm not saying it will be, but it should be, given what we're used to. But Sunday was a really good learning curve for us, because it showed me something that the players have that we don't necessarily see week in, week out, because we don't necessarily have to. It also, I said on Sunday, the first 2 goals were my fault. They were my fault. We were 2-0 down because of me. Chose to change it after 16 minutes to ensure that it wasn't an absolute rout. So that game, to a degree, bought something out of me, in the fact that, usually at home we don't necessarily have to change things. We don't have to change things in league because of the position we get ourselves into. So it was a really good learning curve for all of us, and I know that the girls left Sunday feeling positive about the performance.
Okay. And you spoke on it a bit